Since all smartphones now all have super crazy camera quality, I figured why not invest in a small portable gimbal so that I can get smooth cinematic footage. So I ended up getting the DJI OM5. The DJI OM5 has a slick design and a built-in extension rod, giving the well-respected smartphone gimbal line a full-blown selfie stick functionality. And that's all despite the fact it's smaller and lighter than any of its predecessors. Surely there must be a catch. Indeed, it's got a smaller battery, no power bank functionality, and it's also a little fiddlier as well. But still, it does give you the ability to extend, which will be a crucial feature for many. The DJI OM5 costs £139 or $159. Unlike past versions of DJI's smartphone gimbal, the OM5 ships with a mini tripod, a pouch, and wrist strap as standard, which kind of helps justify the price that bit more. I would say that this gimbal has a very sleek and minimal design. When folded up, the OM5 fits in a large pocket relatively easily and poses no problem when sliding it into a backpack. To unfold it, you simply rotate one portion, then flip another and you're done. The magnetic grip lives on your phone and adheres to the gimbal in a snap very securely. The base of the gimbal houses a standard 1/4 inch tripod thread. On the back of the gimbal is a joystick, a record and a rotate button. The rotate button can be pressed once to switch between front and rear cameras, and double press to flip from landscape to portrait. To the left of the main button interface is a zoom slider which engages digital zoom through the DJI Mimo app, and a power button above it which switches between photo and video shooting with a single press. On the front of the gimbal is a trigger that can reset the gimbal position, and finally there's a USB-C port for charging the gimbal. As for the selfie stick feature, you may simply pull the gimbal head away from the joystick portion and can extend it all the way up to 21.5 centimeters. When it comes to the performance, the DJI OM5 is made to be used both when it's in selfie stick mode and traditional gimbal mode. It therefore needs to be able to rotate differently to a gimbal that is always held at hand level. In terms of performance, I would say the gimbal undeniably does a great job of keeping footage nice and steady. It's a 3-axis system, so it will pan, roll and tilt to compensate for hand movement while keeping your footage as smooth as possible. So guys, what is up? Welcome to another video, but this is basically a quick test footage to show you guys how stable this can be. And I'm basically like moving it around in my hands and yeah, it's actually not so bad. I'm currently using my iPhone 13 Pro Max. And it's a pretty heavy phone and I think it's handling it pretty well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you really want to get the most from the OM5, firing up active tracking and using it as a makeshift camera position while it's on a tripod, you can't shy away from extending the arm, which might not always feel natural to do. Speaking of rotation, when you're using the joystick and are rotating your mounted smartphone, there's a noticeable jerky movement, especially if you have a slightly larger device. I also found that the rotations moved pretty quickly as well. However, slowing it in the DJI Mimo app both chilled out the erratic spins and got rid of the jerky movements. As for the gimbal's battery life, the OM5 is powered by a 1000 mAh cell, which is significantly smaller than that of the OM4, which was 2460 mAh, so it therefore lasts around half of the time. That's sad, but with around 6 hours of life from a single charge, it actually doesn't sound that bad, because 6 hours of use time is plenty for a gimbal. And I must state that if you really want to get the most from the DJI OM5, you'll need to fire up the DJI Mimo app. Sure, you can use your smartphone's native camera, but to engage with the on-body OM5 controls and access object tracking, DJI's app is your portal. The app is super helpful and allows for quick and easy pairing. With constant updates, there's improved object tracking, making the gimbal do all the work for you when shooting. And there are plenty of shooting modes to tailor for everyone's needs, such as hyperlapse, time-lapse, dynamic zoom, slow motion, video and photo mode, pano, and a multitude of story templates to choose from. In my opinion, I would recommend you get your hands on this product if you want the best selfie stick gimbal combo available, and it is safe to class the DJI OM5 as a compact, fine looking package as well. It's also handy if you're a vlogger who loves some great selfie stick action along with smooth stabilization, and if you want a truly compact quality gimbal. Thanks to its smaller battery, fewer ports, and refined design, the DJI OM5 is 100 grams lighter than the OM4, and when folded up, it fits in a larger pocket without too much trouble. Getting accustomed to the OM5 requires a bit of a learning curve. However, the results you can get from using the 3-axis gimbal to record video, hyperlapses and time-lapses, or to get photos at difficult angles, makes it worth the investment in time and money. This is something smartphone users or those looking to share creative content on the go can benefit from using. It takes some time to learn how to use, and while the extension rod is cool, it does exaggerate some movements, which makes the video look worse. But for those of you that currently have the OM4 and don't require a selfie stick functionality, there really isn't enough here to justify an upgrade. But if you are sick of shaky cell phone videos and want to make your travel movies look better, it is a great choice that won't weigh you down. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more cool content, and I'm also trying to grow it to around 1,000 subscribers as well. And until next time, take care.